trying to actually get back to the positive territory. But you had the AMFI data coming in for the month of November, and let's dissect that to understand how was the number and what can we make out of it, given the fact that you had the monthly SIP near record levels. It has crossed 25,000 crore rupees for a second straight month. So to talk more on that, we have Sunil Subramanian, who is a market expert, to take us through the highlights. Good afternoon to you, Sunil. Thank you so much for joining us. And if you talk about the SIP inflow number near the record high levels, if we look at the equity inflows, there are 3-month high levels coming in at near 36,000 crore mark. So how should one read into this data? Because in month of November, we saw real divergent moves in markets.
I know, and this indicates the maturity of the domestic investor, especially the ones who are using mutual funds as a vehicle and are using distributors to advise them. So you can see that they are planning well. If you see, because of the volatility, large cap flows have actually dropped, and bulk of the 35,000 crore flows have come in the sectoral mid and small cap. So what it means that domestic fund managers now have the firepower with them to buy on dips whenever the markets are volatile. And I think over the next month or so, until your new earnings season and the budget proposals come out, the market is going to be in a consolidation phase. But it's very good news that the domestic investor is not panicking. Despite a month and a half of volatility due to strong FI selling in October, November, they haven't shaken from their path. So I think this augurs well for the future of the Indian capital markets, because consistent domestic flows will mean that we will not see very great falls and the market will be protected from shocks.
Right, Sunil. Also, what is hearty to note is the fact that we've seen again a strong flows coming in for flexi cap funds for 8th straight month. Given the fact that, like you said, we are seeing maturity actually emerge in the investors, right? The fact that they are trying to diversify or make their money shock-proof now.
Correct. And in addition to flexi cap, I also point to focus funds, which are very similar to flexi cap, except they are concentrated 30 stock portfolios. So typically in the flexi cap and the focus, you will see about 60%, 7 to 70% large caps, and the balance spread in mid and small. So what this means is they're getting the right advice. So again, I would credit the distribution community in our country for guiding them into the right way. You see, SIP book of 25,000 crores, almost 15,000 crores is a mid and small cap. If you see the breakup of the flows. So this overall spread of the flows in flexi cap and means that fund managers can buy large caps and FIIs, sell them. When they see good quality companies coming to reasonable valuation, they have the firepower to buy. So I would say that this is a very healthy mix of inflows from the retail investors into mutual funds, and will definitely help strengthen the countering the FII volatility in the coming months.
Right. Also, Sunil, I wanted to get your view actually when you talk about the fact that you have the SIP inflow. We've been so used to basically being spoiled for the fact that we always see record levels coming in for SIP inflow month after month. This time has come near that record high levels. Do you think we should read too much into it?
No, I think what you should read is that this 25,000 is just the tip of the iceberg. I wouldn't be surprised if this doubles to 50,000 crores in a year's time, because penetration of mutual funds in India is still in single digits in our 144 population, right? And you have a lot of way to go in terms of increasing the SIP book. And so I will say that this gives a lot of confidence that from the monthly income, people are setting aside the savings first and then spending their money. It's a big change in behavior of the salaried class, and that's a very welcome thing. And the other thing you have to note is that India don't have a social security scheme. Even the old pension scheme has been removed, and the new pension scheme is again at market risk. So people have to save for their future, and SIP is the best method, because you get not only the power of compounding, but rupee cost averaging comes to your aid. So I see there's a very healthy trend. And what it does for the fund manager, see, if I'm in a scheme and a fund manager is getting, let's say, 1,000 crores per month as SIP, he knows for the next 12 months, he can plan his purchases. So he tracks a good quality stock. He continuously keeps buying it on dips because he's assured of the flow for a long time. So it gives a lot of comfort to fund managers also, that the consistency of the SIP book means that they can acquire stocks steadily and gradually. In effect, fund managers are themselves doing an SIP in the stock market.
Absolutely. And the big key takeaway is the fact that our investors have become very matured. And yes, 25,000 crore SIP inflow on a monthly basis, according to Sunil, is just the tip of the iceberg. Thank you so much, Sunil, for being a part of the show and actually help decoding the AMFI data for the month gone by for all of our viewers. So that was Sunil Subramanian talking about the AMFI data for the month gone by. But we have Gaurav, who's standing by very patiently to take us through all